Hello and welcome back. As you may see from my hair, it's more than a year since the last video has been shot, and this last section, at least for the time being, is to do a recap and present a new tool also. So let's see what has happened in the last year or so in the Distal method. So the website was updated. My Greek books got a second edition. You can see them here, and you can find all of this in the website. So the tennis Distal method and the other two smaller books, which I give to my coaches. The English book remains the same, that I give to the English-speaking coaches. What else? I've written some more papers. Everything, you can find them on my academic profile, konstantinpapageorge.com. So everything is there. And there are some important papers as well regarding, of course, Distal method and my other academic interests as a philosopher and so on. There are two new online courses, one a very simple one only in Greek, and the other one, the Distal method learning coaching and counseling, so it's learning coaching. And one of the most important developments is the publication of the coaching cards. So this is what we're going to see in the next video. It's the coaching cards. Okay, so this is a very powerful tool that I made for the Distal method. Another thing, I was watching the videos of the course again. What I would like to add is that in the relaxation techniques we focused on progressive relaxation, which is fine. It's a very good starting point. But as my understanding, especially in psychotherapy, progressed and is progressing, I'm starting to stress more and more autogenic relaxation for various reasons. So progressive relaxation is fine. You can't learn everything in one course, of course. But I am starting to stress autogenic therapy, relaxation, and related techniques more and more. So a final thing I want to share with you has to do with this course and with the Distal method in general. Trying to communicate the Distal method, I'm realizing more and more what are the problems, what is the Distal method, why can't people really, they're not really eager to delve into it. But take from you, for example, how many of you taking this course have actually read all the material? Distal method is a new paradigm. So one must, of course, have an idea of what paradigms are. Thomas Kuhn's paradigms, scientific paradigms. So Distal method is a new paradigm. This means many things. It's not the time to analyze what a paradigm is. But for example, paradigms have their own language, their own terminology. It's a new world. So one cannot just sit on their throne in the previous paradigm and expect to just evaluate the Distal method. They have to really read, study it, learn its methodology, its terminology, see the world from a new perspective. Of course, my problem always is that the former, the previous, or the current paradigm that the Distal method wishes to replace is not even, let's say, a paradigm consciously made. It's just empiricism and the experience of coaches just put together, and let's just imitate Federer and Djokovic and Nadal and whoever else. And this is not really substantiated, theoretically, scientifically. It's not the way science is meant to be done. This is not science. You cannot just take phenomena, apply statistics on them, and call it science. It's not like that, okay? And they don't even know statistics, okay? science is made through logic. Logic needs another course of action. It needs surveillance, not experience. Anyway, so people are not really eager to study. Okay, and another thing we know about paradigms, apart from what I've already said, that they are inconsumable, so one cannot really compare one to the other and directly compare them. There are other criteria, of course. The problem is the old guard, that they, as Kuhn said, they eventually die off. So So Kuhn said that you don't really expect to say something new which is better, much better, way much better, and people will say, oh, thank you, we saw the light, and we will jump to your new paradigm. It doesn't work like that. As Kuhn said, you must wait so that the old guard eventually dies off. I mean, there are hotshot coaches that take 500 euros or dollars per session, and they have no idea about science or surveillance or whatever it is. And I don't really expect them to just say, oh, you have really done something there. I mean, we have nothing. We just work from our experience. You have really made a very big step towards making tennis into science. That's not going to happen. Supposedly, the institutions should have in place procedures that evaluate such things. Well, they don't. They really are political systems, and as politics, they deal with power and the allocation of the center of power, of political power, influence, and so on and so forth. So, it's just a matter of trying to hold until the old guard somehow dies off, and there is this paradigm shift that I'm hoping to achieve through the Distal method. Tennis coaches are not scientists. Even scientists, average scientists, are not there to judge and evaluate the paradigm, because they have to allocate their resources, their focus, and their time to just work and not evaluate the framework they're working within. So it's really difficult for someone to just appreciate that in tennis, for example, there is no paradigm, there is no school, there is no system, everything is abrupt and out of the blue, and just, hey, let's imitate players, and that's not the way it works. So hopefully some very few people will understand that at some point this is the way it happens, and some critical mass will exist, and some change will eventually come. It's not that I have become pessimistic, like I've become more of a realist. I think so, at least. Finally, it's an example I have thought. What I'm trying to do. Okay, it's like we have just women maidens helping women to give birth in, let's say, Africa or wherever else. And the medical professor comes and says, okay, let me help you, let me show you how this is done. And they say, oh, who are you? We have success all those years, and who are you to come out of the blue and tell us your experience and tell us your credentials according to their criteria, of course. And no, go away, leave us alone, you don't belong here. So this is what happens in the Distal method as well. Bottom line is that, okay, the professor, okay, the maidens, okay, maybe the women, but what about the children? I mean, the reason I'm still fighting is because there are children involved, okay, and they can't judge, they can't evaluate, and they don't have to suffer from this system, which is so narrow and so results based and has so many wrong premises built on. Okay, so see you in the next section, and let's see what this new tool is about, the Distal method coaching cards for tennis.